another two-a-day. This time we're at Sandy Valley High School, brought to you by Haas Body Shop. Adam, Sandy Valley, coming into the 2023 season. A lot of big things are expected up here at Sandy Valley this year with the returning class that they have.
Yeah, expectations are definitely should be running high up here at Sandy Valley. Obviously, they were a very youth-oriented team last year. A lot of underclassmen that had to step up due to some injuries. Otherwise, just it was just a young team. And high schools, they go through those waves with having youth and then having an experienced team. And Sandy Valley, they're on the better end of that thing this year, where they're going to have that experience. They're going to have those upperclassmen, so the expectations should be extremely high.
Yeah, like you said, they fought some injuries last year. They fought some adversity. So to touch on last year, it wasn't a bad season, but it isn't what they expect up here. They went 4-6, but it'll be interesting to see what Coach Brian Gamble has to say about the 2023 season.
Yeah, it's 4-6. It's that middle of the road. You're going to have enough stuff that you can look back on that worked, but you're going to have plenty of stuff to look back on that didn't work or they have to get better at, whether that come in the off season in the weight room, right now during two-a-days. Or just their general practices. They're going to find and they're going to critique all those things that didn't work and get better. So Coach Gamble, like you said, Shannon, it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say.
We're now joined by Sandy Valley coach Brian Gamble. Coach, coming into your seventh season, got to be excited the way the year's looking out for you.
Yeah, we're excited. We've put a really good off season in. From after school to 6 a.m. to progressing in June to our camp days in July, and we're just stacking chips, man, just day by day. And we're doing a good job with it. Our senior leadership and everything is really kicking in. It's good to see. We're not where we need to be, but again, we are growing, and every day it's been fun, and these guys are doing a really good job.
Coach, We'll look back at last season real quick, then we'll move on from that. It wasn't a bad year. Went 4-6, but your boys did it with a lot of adversity. You fought a lot of injuries. Right out of the gate from the beginning of the year, you lost one of your leaders at quarterback for the biggest part of the year. But the boys was able to rebound and have a pretty decent season.
Yeah, 4-6 is never the bar here, but it is what it was, and but we're going to close that scrapbook and move on, so to speak. But but to talk about it a little bit, but battling with adversities, that's football, though. Just willing to deal with that and developing your depth. And that's a big thing that we went into this offseason with was how are we developing our depth? How are we getting those other guys reps and all that stuff? And that's a big deal for us. And going in, that was unfortunate. During our scrimmage when that happened, but again, we had to kind of scramble mode to get a sophomore going. Then we inserted the freshman Drew Graybill, and he did a nice job for us. And again, we at that time, it was growing and doing it at a rapid pace that we could do it, and a young team with having two seniors last year, to what we have this year. And again, it was a growing experience for us. We all grew together, including coaches.
All right, Coach. Like you said, we're going to close that scrapbook now. That's done. We're going to move on to this year. You got to be excited with the leadership you got coming back. You're bringing back three of your offensive leaders in Petro, Davis, and Gillen. That offensive firepower is looking really good up here at Sandy Valley.
Those guys are doing great, and those guys are not only they're helping out our younger guys with that, with all those quarters they have. We have, from this class, we have 15 seniors, and 5 of those seniors are going to be four-year lettermen for us. Then we have 4 guys that are going to be 3-year lettermen. So we have a lot of guys with a lot of quarters, that have been putting their time in as young. Well, now, there's none of that anymore. There's experience, and it shows. It shows in our transition of all of our practices and showing our young guys. And I think that's the big thing is developing our youth and developing our younger guys. And these younger guys are really catching on. And I think that makes our program as a whole grow. And that's a big thing for us.
Yeah, and those skilled players, they can't go anywhere without those boys in the trenches. And those boys have grown into some men. And you got some nice size up front this year. How are those guys going early on here in practice?
I tell you what, they've done a really good job of especially with our guard center, our tackle center tackle, and our guards. They've done a really good job of just working together and be cohesive together. We're rotating guys in to learn multiple positions. In case we have to spell a guy or just again building depth. I think that's huge for us. And they're starting to gel. We're not where we need to be. With day 3 of this, but again, I think though that we are definitely getting. You could see the veteran, you could see the quarters, you could see the playing experience really kick in, especially for the guys up front. That's huge for us. Again, they pave the way for us. We go where they go, and they know that. And with that and what we have coming back with our skill, but those guys up front really are setting the tone, and we're real happy where we're at with it. Again, just continuing to build depth with it is only gonna sharpen us even more.
Coach, let's jump to the other side of the ball. Defensively, how are you looking? What do you expect out of this group?
Defensively, these guys, we are, we're growing with it. We have a new install with our defense a little bit, and these guys really seem to like it. Really starting to catch on. I think our communication and everything is very, very clear. What these roles and responsibilities are. Last year's defense did a really nice job, and this year, we're transitioning to a new one. And I think, though, overall, I think our communication and our leadership, especially in the back half, really helps us as far as getting guys in the right spots and all that. And then our backers are doing a really good job of communicating, which we kind of struggled with a little bit last year. And I think that's a big difference is our growth in our communication. Just from guys being older, more confident, and bigger, stronger, faster helps too. But those guys in our guys up front, just getting lined up correctly, and just all those aspects, check all those boxes to make it all be cohesive into 11 silver bullets to the football. I think that's a big deal for us, and just getting guys on the right page and guys in the right alignment, and knowing what we're in, what coverage we're in, all that stuff. I think that's just a big things that we have to check off all those boxes, and I think we're doing a good job of that. We're just going to continue to grow with it.
Yeah, Coach, in order to get those players to do that, you got to surround yourself with some good assistant coaches, and watching out here at practice right now, these players are taking well to what these coaches have to say.
Oh man, we have a really good staff. I'm really blessed to have what we have. I've had great coaches, great assistant coaches. From my past, I've been very lucky to have great assistant coaches that are here now, and then that have moved on to other programs as well. But I've been very blessed on that end. These guys here, this current staff, they're younger, but they do a good job. Not saying Fred Thomas is not he's obviously helping out on our defense with his son Ben Thomas as well. But again, they're getting after it. And he's not. I wouldn't say he's young, but he's well aged and he's well tooled to what we want to do. But but we're very fortunate to have what we have here with our staff. They do a great job, and with our meetings, our staff meetings afterwards, they're willing to put the time in. They're willing to go and again just everything that we have to do with our preparation for the day, what we have to do tomorrow, just everything that normal staffs do. These guys do it, and again, they work really hard. Real proud of them.
Coach, touch on the 2023 season here. Big Z Sports opens up their season on a Thursday night. As you guys travel to Fairless, you got to be excited to get that game in.
Yeah, we're excited about it. Every year, it's for a small school to. For the small schools, all out there, that are able to represent on a Thursday night, in Starr County, it's a big deal for us. It really is, and our guys love it. For a week 1 Thursday, and again, they're well coached over there. At Fairless, Coach Sarbaugh does a great job over there. All the respect for them, and again, it's a nice little rivalry. It's a nice it's a nice way to kick off our season, and we really enjoy that Thursday. And again, it's a time for us to look forward to, and again, it's a testament to our program and to their program to making it a great series, and we're just going to try to keep it growing.
Coach, well, I'm going to skip a couple weeks now because there's one that intrigues me. 2 years ago, I believe it was, I was up here for a great game between you guys and Malvern on week 5, where you made the call to win that game instead of letting it go into overtime. You're traveling over to Malvern this year, just a couple miles up the road. You got to look forward to getting that game in because that's a big rivalry game between these two communities.
Yeah, the rivalry within the communities for sure is always there. It's always there. I think overall, just for us, every game's big. You know what I mean? You can't look. For me, I don't like looking ahead. Don't like talking ahead. But that being said, it's good to have them back on the schedule. I think that's very important, for us, and I think for the community. I think it's huge for us to have them on. So that's a big deal for us, and we want them on the schedule. It's great for both sides, and it's a great gauge. It's a great for our guys that have grown up together, played against each other, and all that stuff. And like I said, we're looking forward to it, as we are for all of our games. At Malvern this year on grass, and again, it's going to be a challenge. With what they have coming back, and they're going to be tough, well coached, and we're going to have our hands full. But like I said, we're just going to, again, day by day, man. That's what we're approaching.
Well, Big Z Sports knew that was a big game, so that's also on our live broadcast schedule. We'll be over in Malvern to cover that game, and then you move into the IVC South. Just one of the toughest schedules there is when it comes to conference play in the state.
It really is. I mean, you talk about well-coached teams, and all the competition that we have in the South is unbelievable. You know what I mean? It's a great conference. It really is. It definitely gets you ready for the playoffs if you're lucky to get into it. And I tell you what, I couldn't ask for a more challenging schedule for us to grow with, and I think that's a big deal for us in our non-conference. With the teams that we're playing, in our non-conference this year, is a big deal to prepare us to get into this. I think is a big deal, and we scheduled up, and we're going to keep it up with that because again it only prepares us to get into this conference of a gauntlet, right? So to do that, I think is just again is a testament to the IVC, and it's again just for us to get better and make us compete each and every week.
Coach, coming into this season, what has been the message of this group of kids?
For us, it's just been for us enjoy the moment. You know what I mean? For these guys, they've been looking forward to playing with each other, and this is their year, their ride, their senior year, especially with these 15 seniors. To enjoy that, I think is a big deal for us. For us, it's again just they love being around each other. They like being around, taking coaching and being around, putting in all the work and all the taxing things that's involved in football. And just enjoy the day and just try to win each day. Just again, we talk about stacking those chips. Well, that's for us in practice. Just try to do the fundamentals and everything that we're trying to do each and every day. If we're able to do that, we'll put something together. You know what I mean? But we can't take steps back. We got to continue to take steps forward. We'll do that. We'll be just fine.
Coach, thanks for allowing Big Z Sports to come here and spend the morning with you, and good luck in 2023.
Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for representing. And again, you guys do a great job. Just thanks for being here, and go Cards. Appreciate it.
That's Sandy Valley head coach Brian Gamble. Adam, Coach Gamble is pretty excited about the way this season's going. He's excited with his skilled players on offense. They should be able to put up some points this year.
Yeah, he definitely. You could just hear the excitement in his voice. You could tell if the first game was tomorrow, he'd be ready. I don't know if the team would be ready because it might not be exactly where they, the progress he wants. But as a coach, he's ready to go, and his team will be ready to go come August 17th.
Yeah, standing here looking out at this field, these boys have hit the weight room hard this year. They got some big guys up in the trenches. Nicky Petro looks like he grew about 3 feet over the winter. I mean, so Coach Gamble has got a lot of talent to work with this year, and like he said, he has 15 seniors.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be obviously this is a different dynamic coming into the 23 campaign as he had last year, and I think that has a lot to do with that excitement that he has coming into the season.
Big Z Sports live coverage will kick off August 17th on a Thursday night as Sandy Valley travels to Fairless. Should be a good game this year.
Absolutely. It was, obviously they were dealing with that injury bug last year, so things kind of got out of hand. But that's, that's turning into a somewhat of a rivalry between Sandy Valley and Fairless, two great coaching staffs, good schools with a history of winning programs. It's a good thing that they're doing, and I like the fact that it's on that, that standalone Thursday schedule, so many people would be able to see it.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement up here at Sandy Valley. Well, that'll be a wrap for up here. Thanks to Haas Body Shop. Big Z Sports 2 days will roll on at a stadium near you.